examination and even for whatever calculation. So what kind of questions comes in the regular programs? It's more on the application sites. Whatever it has been given, some of the citations you will find out in your study material. The self-learning material is having the indications. Those indications you have to cover up, right? Accordingly you prepare, but more practices are required. Do that. And I was informing prior you coming to the class that this time in MA Political Science, the topper of the university is from School of Open Learning. So one of you could also be topper. There is no confined. It is a competition is tough, but certainly preparation could be possible. Okay, so look at it. So let's start with how to prepare for examination. Okay, you have various topics starting from accounting entry. Whatever the journal entries are there, it might be possible some of the questions related to journal entry may come. That unique entry or some adjustment in the entry will appear. That's the first thing. Second, related to a specific exercise like related to depreciation, related to inventory valuations, related to some specific entry, how it is going to be there in the balance sheet treatment or income statement treatment. That is going to get decided, and I am sure these all preparation must have been done to you. No more practice is required, and you will do that practice. Your examination pattern also little change is there. Concept remains same, only scale has got changed. In the previous programs, it was only of 100 marks. Now total it is 160 marks. 160. And out of 160 marks, 90 is going to be end term examination. 90 marks paper will be there, end term examination. Same 3 hours examination. And 70 marks will be the internal examination. So 2 components we will have. Normally for full-time students it is going to be tutorial and internal separate. 40 marks tutorial, 30 marks internal. Here for us tutorial is not a concept. So we will have 2 different components, 40 and 30 examination. So 70 marks will be there during this internal test itself. Only one thing I want to convey, that being word internal doesn't mean it has got lesser value, because out of 160 your score will be prepared, and out of 160 70 is internal, so 70 is 70. It is not going to be scaled down. It is not a different weight. Is it clear? So if you achieve 70, say suppose someone is very strong and good in preparation. Some of you might be from commerce background. Let's say I am talking for financial accounting, and you have got a good confidence, MCQ is there, finally you answered and all the answers are correct. So you got 70. There is no negative marking. So you got the 70 marks. Now out of 160, 70 has already been achieved. And suppose in 90, because of XYZ reason, let's say 10 marks question has not been attempted, you got only 80 or you got 70 there. So 70 plus 70 making it 140. So this 70 also has got the same weight. So prepare accordingly. Last part, as I said, message tomorrow onward you have internal test. So without any losing concentration or effort, gear up and go ahead one after another, paper wise paper. Keep on preparing as per whatever schedule is there. So these examinations starting from tomorrow onward itself is a very heavyweight examination. Right, 90 versus 70. So you can understand 7 by 9, it is a good percentage, yes or not? Yes. Around approximately uh, closer to 50-50, you can say. Closer to 50-50 it is there. 10 marks from this side, it has gone to that side, otherwise 80-80 it should have been complete 50-50% weightage. So simple submission, don't underestimate this your internal test. Be honest, put full effort. There is no concept fee only for final examination you will prepare. Now I'm coming to the quickly to the topic. At least this topic uh, will be through, and any kind of question which will be there related to accounting information analysis, financial statement analysis, that analysis should be complete. Right? How that analysis you are going to make. I had already mentioned two important parts during my previous session related to accounting analysis. One was qualitative in nature, another was quantitative in nature. From accounting point of view, quantitative analysis is more important and not the qualitative. Later on, when you will move and you will do valuation, you will do financial statement analysis or deciding the health code of an organization, at that point of time you require qualitative also. And it is very, very relevant and important topic. Right now, for accounting purpose, later on you will come across with one full paper where 50% of it is there only for analysis, and then 50% is for valuation. So it is going to be a building block for your rest of the understanding. And how much it is important, recently you know that in the news that how Adani's valuation has been in a big buzzword, and even parliament is right now rocking just because of this valuation component. Have you heard this? Yes or no? Yes. And a kind of movement, suppose just one news came and value kept falling and came down to closer to 1,000 rupees, and now again you look into that, within 10 days of time it moved from 1,000 to 1,900 rupees. Think of a condition in which suppose someone has invested just for 1,000 rupees during that period when it was lower, and now it is of 1,900 in 10 days of time, approximately 100% return in 10 days of time. Look into that, and even if you take 2 weeks, 52 weeks of a year, so 26 times of that, 2,600% return is approximately there. This is the way you can analyze with that. So ultimately, who is gainer, who is loser, I don't know. People are talking, market is giving up. So how it makes a difference ultimately? You people as a professional, as a management professional, as a subject of finance, when you say that yes, you know finance, people will expect from you to do that analysis. So how to do that analysis? And that is what I'm trying to point out here. So that analysis, if you cover, you will find out quantitatively we had already theoretically discussed about ratio analysis. So various ratios are there. What is a ratio? Ratio is any two information presented in the form of numerator and denominator. That is a simple ratio. Something is in the numerator and something is in denominator, that is numerator denominator presentation is called ratio. Now how that ratio has to be viewed. Presentation is not important. Important is how these various ratios are going to ultimately get interpreted. So it was related to liquidity, it was related to profitability, it was related to efficiency, it was related to ownership, it was related to solvency, and various ratios you will find out it is there in your syllabus. What I am trying to put it here one glance through Steel Authority India Limited. I have shown you, see 10 years at a glance, and if you minutely observe, you will find out, for better view, I am little expanding it. You will see that from right corner 12, 13 to 21, 22 up to latest it is available. Is it visible to all? Yes, sir. So you will find out here, initially the sales figures are there, that is initial figures are profit and loss account figures. and then followed by balance sheet figures. So what happens whenever we consider these things, you keep in mind two important parts. When you say ratio, numerator, denominator, it may come both numerator and denominator from profit and loss account, or both may come from balance sheet, or one will come from profit and loss account and one will come from balance sheet. Like we started with the example of current ratio. Current ratio means current asset upon current liability, right? Current asset and current liability both come from which source? Balance sheet. Both are balance sheet items. And you have certain notions. Now I try to give a different perspective of current ratio. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Was there in the class at that point of time? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, is it compulsory 2:1 is required? No. And not necessarily. So, we can have a look of it that various ratios are there, and here you will find out current ratio. Which company I am talking about current ratio? Steel Authority. I look into a Steel Authority current ratio. Highlighted in 20, it was 1213. What was the figure? 1213. And in 1213 figure, you will find out current ratio, how much it has moved? 2.12? Yes or not?
Yes.
So 2.12. And from 2.12 presently it is how much? 0.73. Now a question arises that do you conclude because of these movements you look upon it is from 2.12 to 1.8 and it has continuously, gradually it has kept on decreasing, little bit in between it has increased, and I am sure it has been increased, that is again back to 1.85. This was a pandemic period when demand must have got slugged. Yes or not?
Yes.
Inventory must have been piled up, current ratio must have increased. So, what is your conclusion? 0.73 is a bad ratio?
Yes.
Yes? Or good ratio? I am not able to hear you clearly. Bad ratio, good ratio? Good ratio.
सर अभी कंक्लूड नहीं कर सकते कि और चीजें भी जानना है क्या उस टाइम पे क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ
और भी चीजें जाननी है उस टाइम में क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ, ठीक है, लेकिन एक चीज तो कह सकते हैं, अगर आपको ये जानना है अगर बैड रेशियो या गुड रेशियो है, अगर वो बैड रेशियो है तो इसकी प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी मस्ट हैव गॉट अफेक्टेड, सो वी कैन चेक प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी रेशियो आल्सो, राइट और नॉट? सो लेट्स लुक इनटू द प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी रेशियो. कौन सा रेशियो प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी में चेक करें? हैव अ लुक ऑफ इट. Let's have a look of this. And these all ratios are in percentage term. So there is no confusion. It is all good in calculation. So how it is going to work? EBITDA to average capital employed. It is basically, you can say, a kind of efficiency ratio. Yes or not? Or capital employed means total capital employed, whatever fund employed is there, that fund employed, is it really productive? So higher it is, better it is. Yes or not?
Yes.
Any confusion? Whatever return we talk about, higher return with the given capital employed, you are fixing the denominator. When you fix the denominator, it is going to be numerator. कितना बेहतर हो सकता है? हाई है, कम है. देखो लेफ्ट वाला रिसेंट है, राइट वाला डिलेड है. Is it good or bad? Extremely good. अब बताइए वो रेशियो ठीक था लोअर वाला या ठीक था? पक्का? चलिए आगे देखते हैं. EBITDA मीन्स क्या हो गया? What is EBITDA? Earning before depreciation, interest, tax and amortization. Actually pure operational cost. Yes or not? Sales minus operational cost excluding the depreciation. Or you can say sales minus cost of goods sold. COGS. What सुना ना? COGS. Sales minus cost of goods sold. क्या बचा आपका? अदर एक्सपेंडिचर, जितने रॉ मटेरियल का, रेंट का, सैलरी का, वेजेस का, फी का, एडवर्टीजमेंट का वगैरह वगैरह सारे खर्चे पूरे हो गए। सिर्फ आपने क्या नहीं घटाया है? तीन चीजें नहीं घटाई हैं। फर्स्ट, डेप्रिसिएशन नहीं लिया। Why depreciation we keep separate? Because it is a non-cash expenditure. We have a very different treatment. It is more interesting part. Different treatment, please. That's the first thing. Second important point, which is another very, very important aspect, is your interest payment, which is a financial charges. Depending upon what kind of capital financing you have got, that will decide about how much interest burden is going to be there. And third important point, which is very, very important, is your tax. These three has not been paid, rest all expenditure has been paid. इसका मतलब operational efficiency पता चलता है. And operational efficiency, it is, recently it has been very high. 32% return is there on the capital employed, which was earlier 17%, prior to that 14%, prior to that 15%, and prior to that 8%. और एक टाइम था उससे पहले 1.2 और उससे पहले नेगेटिव था, मतलब आप ऑपरेशनल एक्सपेंडिचर ही निकाल नहीं पा रहे थे। और अगर ये जहां नेगेटिव था वहां करंट रेशियो देखिए कितना है, 1.28. Is it really current ratio? Making more than 1 is going to be very good. This is the point I want to make. चलो एबिटा से आगे आते हैं। सपोज करो आपने इंटरेस्ट भी पे कर दिया, ओके, और डेप्रिसिएशन भी हटा दिया। प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स, एक रेशियो देखो, profit before tax. Deliberately tax has been removed because it is one kind of external exercise, and that external exercise means tax is what? It is a government determined cost, right or not? And if you are very honest to make the payment of taxation, then you have no choice to decide about. You have to make payment. So that's why we are concentrating on PBT. And what is happening in PBT? Profit before tax, part of what? Sales. Profit before tax, part of sales. So what it is going to be there in the part of sales? What do you look upon? Is it better or it is not better? क्या है इस current year का? Better है. Okay, so better is there. So you simply look upon that the current figure, which is this 21-22. The year just last completed, because 22-23 yet to complete. By 31st March it will complete, and by somewhere May end or June beginning annual report will appear. तो अभी तो सबसे latest report तो यही है, is it on? And comparison and directly, and we are looking into annual report. And annual report indicates that, proving it clearly that the current ratio which we had a very kind of things, not necessarily that higher current ratio is good. It is the efficient utilization of resources will decide actually how it is going to work. Am I clear? Now come to another one important point. Look into debt equity ratio. What we have a perception related to debt equity? क्या होता है कितना? 2:1. In the previous class I had already mentioned more than 2 is also possible, 3 possible, 4 possible, 5 possible, and even 1 possible, less than 1, and it could be there no debt. अपने पैसे से काम कर रहे हैं, debt equity could be negligible, is it not? There is no requirement to debt has to be there. So what is the difference? Actually, understand here the most important point, and try to understand your own positions. The way I am trying to make you understand. अगर ये बीकॉम का क्लास होता वहां भी करंट रेशियो पढ़ना है, और वो कॉमर्स के हिसाब से अपना 2:1 वाली कहानी पढ़ रहे होते हैं, बिना झांके हुए, बिना कंपनी के एनुअल रिपोर्ट को खोले हुए। जितना जब भी कई बार मैं पूछता हूँ लोगों से, भी कभी एनुअल रिपोर्ट खोल के देखे हो कि रेशियो कितना होना चाहिए, या सिर्फ इतना कह दिए कि हाँ जी बस ये रेशियो हो गया। किसने बताया? सर हम तो यही बुक में पढ़ते आए हैं। बोलो कौन सा बुक है? मेन बुक तो रेशियो जो है क्या, वो तो एनुअल रिपोर्ट में दिखेगा, प्रैक्टिकली दिखेगा। एंड प्रैक्टिकली आप लोगों को लास्ट क्लास में भी बताया था और आज भी बता रहा हूँ। प्लीज हैव अ लुक ऑफ द hundreds of companies I suggest you to view. Indian, foreigner, fortune company, normal company, you will find out your entire concept which you had created through your textbook and other book will get devastated, will get revoked because reality is somewhere else. And conceptually you apply. So beyond that you have to apply. And what is this indicating? Debt equity ratio. कितना है debt equity ratio? बीच में देखो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट है, बीच में जब इसका परफॉर्मेंस पुअर हुआ है तब उसका डेट इक्विटी रेशियो हायर है. इज इट क्लियर और नॉट? जब परफॉर्मेंस पुअर है तो डेट इक्विटी रेशियो हायर है, और जब परफॉर्मेंस बेहतर होने लगा है डेट इक्विटी रेशियो घट गया. तो ये 2:1 की कहानी क्या हुई? कहाँ है 2:1? राइट, सामने आएंगे. आप कोशिश कीजिएगा इसको, इस आंसर को तैयार करते वक्त. एनीवे आंसर तैयार जब करेंगे, बिकॉज मैं इस पर और भी कंपनी खोल के आपको दिखा सकता था, बट दैट इज योर होमवर्क, यू डू योर ऑन योर ओन. कुछ करना नहीं है. एनुअल रिपोर्ट टीसीएस का, एनुअल रिपोर्ट हिंदुस्तान लीवर का, एनुअल रिपोर्ट इंफोसिस का, एनुअल रिपोर्ट मारुति उद्योग का, एनुअल रिपोर्ट जिसका निकालना है निकाल लो और रेंज देखो, और कम से कम 10 years data. Minimum 10 years data will help you to understand in the time series. You do remember last time I was talking about time series analysis? This is time series analysis. That how 10 years data is going to give you the insight, what the value is. So how this value is going to be counted? Look into the ratios. Some ratios are very important, like efficiency ratio. When we talk about efficiency ratio, what kind of efficiency ratio is going to work? It is any turnover age efficiency ratio. So look into that. Is there any efficiency ratio? What is this ratio? Turnover ratio. Capital employed turnover ratio. Number of times. Higher it is, better it is. देखो लास्ट में फिर आके हायर इट इज हो गया. इसका मतलब एक ओवरऑल हेल्थ कंडीशन, इफ यू वांट टू डिसाइड अबाउट अ कंपनी, especially the Steel Authority India Limited, which I have taken for your illustration, a live example for Steel Authority, which simply indicates that it is right now compared to last 10 years in the best position. Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
And you start from one ratio and you can confirm it from other ratio. That's a collective analysis. That's the actual health analysis. Or accounting information, because these are all accounting information. Informations are coming from profit and loss account statement. Information are coming from balance sheet statement. Sometimes it might be coming from cash flow statement, CFS. And so whether it is income statement, cash flow statement, balance sheet, all statements must conform, must congruate, must give you confirmation. When a healthy is there, healthy is there. Yes or not? Not any other front here. And that's a clear-cut example. You are able to view this. Any question from your side? You're welcome. I have just few ratios. I have not created ratio. Few ratios which is already there in highlight I have taken. Yes.
Is it possible for a company to manipulate these results?
Okay. Can you explain what do you mean by manipulation?
I mean,
But the
change in data and all.
क्यों नहीं पॉसिबल है? डेटा उसके पास है तो बदल सकता है, बिल्कुल बदल सकता है. क्या हुआ?
How can we trust on these data points?
Okay, I would say that you trust on these data points, and that is a challenge to you as an analyst. So what you will do if you don't trust, then what is the alternative available to you? Tell me. Good question.
I don't have any idea.
You don't have any idea. And my idea is that even if companies trying to manipulate the data means or make any kind of fuss, but it can't continue for long. So that's why repeatedly I have said you do your 10 years analysis. Are you getting me? Manipulation can never be carried for a longer period. Are you getting me?
But who verifies these data points?
Who verifies these data points? Auditor verifies these data points, and auditor certifies these data. So every annual report is audited report, and auditor signature lies there. और कोई क्वेश्चन? नहीं, ठीक है, आप जो पूछ रहे हो, एंड ये एनालिसिस का फर्स्ट पॉइंट है, एनालिसिस का पहला धर्म है, डाउट करो. Until unless you start with the doubt, you will not be able to understand that. Second, very rightly said कि data may be first, data may be window dressed, but the question is, can it be possible we can verify? That is our smartness कि अगर कोई data फर्ज कर रहा है तो मैं उसको चेक कर सकूं. Is it clear? And that's why you people have to study. That's why it is required. Let them do that things. But continuously, if you are changing, somewhere, and that's why what I have tried to make this not one ratio. I have taken a certain mental perception based on a particular ratio, and then I started conforming from other ratios also. Is it clear? अगर आप कहते हो साहब मैं बहुत हेल्दी हूँ, वेरी हेल्दी पर्सन, ठीक है भाई, आपके सर्टेन रीडिंग्स हैं, अरे आप हेल्थ रिपोर्ट सबमिट करो, तो सारा हेल्थ रिपोर्ट एक डॉक्टर से सर्टिफिकेट बनवा के सारा क्लेम मीटर लगवा के दे दिए, हेल्थ है, अब मेरे जैसा आदमी रहेगा, बोले चलते हैं, ऐसा करते हैं, 7th फ्लोर पे चलना है, 8th फ्लोर पे चलना है, चलो स्टेयर से चलते हैं, 10th फ्लोर पे बिना रुके चलते हैं, थोड़ी देर में लंग्स टेस्ट हो जाएगा आपका, डॉक्टर का सर्टिफिकेट एक तरफ, ऊपर चढ़ना एक तरफ हो जाएगा, चल लेते हैं, कर लेते हैं काम को. इज इट क्लियर? 2 मिनट का काम है, पता चल जाएगा कि भाई हेल्थ कैसा कर रहा है कंपनी का. यहाँ पे आपके पास क्या है, कंपनी का रिपोर्ट. Understand, this is what just you people have joined. I think at that time I was mentioning, or prior to that I was mentioning, the entire world had created hue and cry related to Adani Enterprise. Yes or not? ये गलत है, वो गलत है, सारी बातें गलत हैं. वैल्यूएशन का एक्सरसाइज है, एंटायर वर्ल्ड हैज कहा ना, अभी तक पार्लियामेंट में एक हंगामा चल रहा था, दे आर की इंक्वायर करेंगे, एंड अ बिगर प्लेटफॉर्म that is called market, financial market, stock market has made it very clear. You look into deliberately it got fallen, and after that within 10 days of time it is on a double value. Look into that. This is a statistics. फिर entire market जिसमें connective है, जिसको आप डराना चाहते थे वो तो आगे बढ़ के खरीद रहा है शेयर, और अगर इस तरीके का खरीद रहा है तो आपको क्या फर्क पड़ता है? So far as even if it is an overvaluation, it is not a crime. I expect from you all that now it is a big competition, and there are 10 colleges where BMS is running, 2 colleges where BFI is running, and I am expecting from you that topper should come from here, sitting in this room, from university. Am I doing any crime? ठीक है, आप कह दो सर, आप मतलब कोई दूसरा तीसरा मुझे बेवकूफ कहेगा कि क्या ओवर एक्सपेक्टेशन रखे हो, but I have a believe on your potential. So market is believing on the potential of Gautam Adani, he can do wonder. What's wrong into that belief? आपको बिलीव नहीं करना है, मत करो, मार्केट बिलीव कर रहा है. मार्केट बिलीव का पहचान क्या है? इतने हंगामा के बाद भी शेयर प्राइस ऊपर जा रहा है. Is it clear or not? That is what the expectation. So where is the wrong? Is it clear? Am I really window dressing or fuzzing or manipulating any data? It is my expectations. It is my valuation. और इसमें से ही हो सकता है कि मेरी बात से, मेरी इस पुकार से कोई आप लोग जग जाओ और अभी से लेकर दिन रात मेहनत एक करके बेशक रिजल्ट 4 महीने के बाद निकलेगा, लेकिन वो दिन आएगा कोई एक आएगा, सर देखो मैं टॉप हो गया क्लास में, करेगा टॉप आप लोगों में से कोई, और थ्योरी मेरी प्रूफ हो जाएगी. यही होता है ना, that's the way. और आज इसी मोटिवेशन से काम करें. So now any question which you consider, like I want to create an analysis, how it is there, what kind of analysis you can make is clearly visible. Look into any ratio. Now another important point is I'll mention. Yes. So many key ratios have been indicated. You see the price earning ratio. Now this is also a very important ratio. How much is price earning ratio? What is price earning ratio? There is a disclaimer now. I am going to have that in the classroom. This whatever discussion is there, it is pure academic in nature. Based on this, if anybody invest or make some money or lose some money, I will not be responsible. It is a clear disclaimer. सिर्फ क्लास की बात है ये, पढ़ने लिखने की बात है. हाँ, एग्जाम में जरूर लिखो, मार्क्स मिलेगा, ये गारंटी है. लेकिन अगर जाके इन्वेस्ट करोगे, अब क्योंकि मैं अब अगला जो बोलने जा रहा हूँ वो देखो, प्राइस अर्निंग मल्टीपल. गौर से देखो कितना प्राइस अर्निंग मल्टीपल. व्हाट इज प्राइस अर्निंग मल्टीपल रेशियो? मार्केट प्राइस पर शेयर डिवाइडेड बाय अर्निंग पर शेयर. इज इट क्लियर और नॉट? मार्केट प्राइस पर शेयर डिवाइडेड बाय अर्निंग पर शेयर. अब क्वेश्चन उठता है कि अगर प्राइस अर्निंग मल्टीपल लोअर है, इफ इट इज एट डाउन, व्हाट इट इंडिकेट्स? अर्निंग इज मोर, डिनोमिनेटर इज हायर देन द न्यूमरेटर. इज इट और नॉट? जितना रेशियो होना चाहिए हो सकता है. अच्छा देखो, पहले इसका रेशियो ज्यादा था, अब रेशियो कम हुआ है. इसका मतलब इसमें ह्यूज पोटेंशियल है. क्लियर? अर्निंग पोटेंशियल इज वेरी हाई and price is right now not that high. It means there is a possibility price to move up. Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
When, what is the normal market signal? How you will do that analysis that yes, we should buy the share or not buy the share? Because the moment you talk about market price, it means you are connecting it to the financial market. And if you are connecting to the financial market, then better it is. When it is a low PE ratio, it is a very good buy. इसीलिए मैंने पहले ही बोल दिया, डिस्क्लेमर लगा दिया कि स्टिल ऑथोरिटी राइट नाउ थ्रू दिस सिग्नल इज इंडिकेटिंग दैट इट इज अ वेरी गुड स्क्रिप्ट व्हिच विल मूव अप इन द फ्यूचर. एंड इफ एनी इन्वेस्टर इज मॉनिटरिंग दिस, इन्वेस्टर कैन इजीली बाय दिस शेयर, हैव द शेयर्स इन द पोर्टफोलियो. आफ्टर सम टाइम शेयर विल ऑलवेज बी ऑन अ हायर साइड. इज इट क्लियर? तो जिसका प्राइस अर्निंग मल्टीपल लो है इस और अर्निंग कंटिन्यूटी, अर्निंग पोटेंशियल बेहतर है, उसका प्राइस ऊपर जाएगा, प्राइस ऊपर मूव करेगा. जितना प्राइस ऊपर मूव करेगा उतना हाई प्राइस अर्निंग रेशियो होगा, और बहुत हाई प्राइस अर्निंग रेशियो होने के बाद प्राइस नीचे गिरने की पॉसिबिलिटी हो जाती है. दिस इज अनदर रेशियो, की रेशियोस. ओके, look into one more thing. So we saw that the debt equity ratio also, which is ownership ratio. Here it is debt equity ratio, especially it is mostly equity less debt, and I mentioned it. It might be possible immediately debt equity ratio will change. And what the change will come in the debt equity ratio, how it will be decided? That change will be, suppose Steel Authority decided to have expansion program. Some new business unit has to create. The Steel Authority decided, let's acquire some new project or establish more production unit. India is now growing. India is making for rest of the world. So all steel production होना चाहिए. Infrastructure इतना develop हो रहा है. Maybe through green project, going and establishing the project. What will happen in that case? Factory लगाना होगा. या कोई factory नहीं है, जो बना बनाया factory है, खरीदेंगे. merger acquisition के through acquire कर लेंगे. And when they will start acquiring, then in that case what will happen? They require money, and for that funding they will borrow. So it might be possible from here suddenly there will be a possibility that more debt will appear. जैसे आप देखो, इसके अलावा मैं होटल इंडस्ट्री का लास्ट टाइम भी एग्जांपल बताया था आपको. पावर स्टेशंस का, किसी आप एनएचपीसी, एनटीपीसी, किसी का भी आप एनुअल रिपोर्ट निकाल के चेक करो. अब होटल इंडस्ट्री में सपोज करो मैं 5 स्टार होटल बनाने जा रहा हूँ, 1200 करोड़ का इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान है. फर्स्ट क्लास होटल, 5 स्टार और 7 स्टार होटल इज देयर. 1200 करोड़ के प्रोग्राम में मैंने क्या किया? 300 करोड़ or let's 400 crore I am putting my equity, 800 crore I have a borrowings, debt. 2:1 ratio. 2:1 ratio means 800 crore is the debt and 400 crore is equity. 1200 crore my hotel is ready. And after that hotel started operating, running successfully. And after running successfully, what will happen? I'll slowly start paying my debt back, interest and debt repayment. Say I had taken debt for 10 years of time. and 10 years has got completed. After 10th anniversary of the hotel, my debt is zero. देखो जिस समय स्टार्ट किया था डेट इक्विटी रेशियो कितना था 2:1 और धीरे 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 घटते 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 लास्टली क्या हो गया डेट इक्विटी रेशियो 0 हो गया. क्या होटल बुरा हो गया क्या? नहीं. Free from debt could easily be possible. So reducing debt equity ratio doesn't mean that company is a bad company. Company is losing the importance. Right? Clear? That's the way it is. Now what happened next one? Suppose करो जैसा ही 10th ईयर का डेट खत्म हुआ मेरे दिमाग में फिर एक प्लान जगा यार ये होटल एक दूसरे शहर में भी एक और होटल खोला जाए. Let's create a chain now. Is it not? Immediately I thought of let's go for next hotel. अब मुझे क्या जरूरत है? मुझे फिर फंडिंग की जरूरत है. फिर फंडिंग लूंगा और फंडिंग लूंगा तो फंडिंग का बैलेंस और तब तक मेरा वर्थ हाई हो गया है. ठीक है वर्थ भी हाई हो गया मार्केट वैल्यू हाई हो गया है बिकॉज एंटायर एसेट और जो वैल्यू होटल का एप्रिसिएशन हुआ है एप्रिसिएशन पूरे इक्विटी फोल्डर का मेरा वैल्यू है. So don't look into what I have invested. There is always gap between book value and market value. Because book value, the accounting principle says that until unless it is a special requirement, you don't revise your value. Historical cost concept. यही पढ़ा ना आपने? तो historical cost concept आपको रोक देता है वैल्यू को रिवाइज करके रिफ्लेक्ट करने में. और जब रोक देता है तो रिजल्ट क्या हो जाएगा? You will not be in a position to really work upon. Understanding the challenge, the how it is working. So ratio is a very dynamic approach, very dynamic approach, and easily you can, work upon. Easily you can look that कोई भी mental frame में mental blockedness में ना रहें आप लोग. रेशियो को कंफर्म करके आराम से कैलिब्रेट में वो रट्टा मार के रेशियो वाला कॉन्सेप्ट बंद कर दो. Let it to for the normal program. You are professional students. Professionally make yourself enabled. Now I am stopping here. You are welcome to ask question, any question, but one by one, without creating chaos. Any question you have, you can ask. कुछ भी पूछना है. यार इतने कंबाइंड क्लास है इतना स्ट्रेंथ तो होना चाहिए कि आप तो क्वेश्चन पूछ लो. नहीं चलो तो थैंक यू थैंक्स अ लॉट. ओके आप लोग सबने अटेंडेंस मार्क कर दिया? नहीं किया? देख लेना.